Member for North Coast.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. The fishing sector should be a cornerstone in the economic and social fabric of BC's coast. Our fishery resources are managed sustainably, fishing markets are good, and fishing is deeply rooted in our history and culture. The fishing industry is represented on the ceilings of the BC Legislature as a pillar of the BC economy. But fishing communities are struggling, and fishermen nowadays are treated like second-class citizens. Independent fish harvesters need protections to rebuild the backbone of the rural middle class along our coast. Tens of millions of dollars of licenses and quota granting access to Canada's public fishery resources have been snapped up by corporate interests. Speculators are buying up fishing access to lease to fish processors and rent back to fish harvesters for profit, taking income directly out of their pockets and out of coastal communities. Canada is spending billions on ocean protection and monitoring, while corporations reap the benefits and BC fishing incomes and BC jobs evaporate. Policies need to be put in place to ensure fishing licenses and the benefits they provide are for local fishermen and local fishing communities, not for speculative investors, international shareholders, or seafood processors to stifle competition for our resources. In Atlantic Canada, the economic capacity and the strength of its rural middle class would not exist without the owner-operator and fleet separation policies enforced in all 5 Atlantic provinces. These policies are not only pillars of the fishing economy, they also support the social and cultural fabric of rural coastal communities in Atlantic Canada. Similar policies are in place in Alaska, where multiple processors compete for fish by providing good prices, multiple fleet services, and processing jobs in rural coastal communities. In fact, Alaskan fisheries are managed to ensure that their fish harvesters and fishing communities are the primary benefactors of their adjacent resource. We need similar policies of adjacency in British Columbia. In BC, a single processor controls multiple fisheries from production through to export. Independent fishermen become price takers, and the social and cultural fabric of our coastal communities is eroded. The economic viability of the next generation of fishermen and our coastal communities depend on improving these policies.
Oh.